Hello, and welcome to the director's commentary for From Loath to Love. I began with a pedestal tilt camera movement shot from low to high. From Loath to Love is a very intense film where the entire cast became very invested in. Everyone in the cast loved their roles, and that is where the magic is at. Then I'd make sure to use a variety of shots in the conversation between Dora and her mother to keep the viewer engaged. Otherwise, that scene could have easily been the most boring thing ever. Another thing that helped this scene is the addition of sound. The anticipation sound makes the viewer expect that something is about to happen.
I told him he was a savage, and he left. He is probably drunk in a bar somewhere.
After this scene, I did something a little unconventional.
Perhaps.
Now, this is when you could see the establishing shot. It tells the audience where Dora was and gives a little context to what she might do next. If you notice the beat, the different camera shots, and the actor's demeanor in this scene when Dora's leaving the house, it conveys empowerment and confidence. And she'll need lots of self-confidence to face what she's about to encounter. Then we cut to a scene where Dominic, Dora's husband,
Grace,
is flirting with Grace,
What are you up
his
to?
secretary.
Not much.
This scene is
I'm still here at
definitely
the office
more
working
engaging
with
than
them,
Dora's
you
mom
wanted
and
me to
Dora
have
at the
ready to
beginning
send
of the
Mr.
film.
Brown before the end of the day. I'm almost done though.
Well, great. Let's meet. I have a surprise for you.
Regardless, I decided to use different camera angles
If I
and
tell you
musical
I have to kill you,
expectancy in this
but
sound
here's a
department
preview.
to
I
keep
have
the
a Johnny
audience
Walker red
engaged.
label that would make you feel like $1 million in a heartbeat.
I don't think it is a great idea we drink together.
2 separate glasses, though. One for each is always best.
You don't take enough for an answer, do you?
Not from a beautiful, smart, and independent woman like yourself. I'll be picking you up in 5.
Since the affair was just a step to get to the climax
Okay,
of the
great.
story,
Bye.
I decided to use romantic music and only a compilation of shots of the picnic date between Dominic and Grace. Suddenly, a close-up of Dora seeing her husband cheating in front of her own eyes. Then, a diegetic music from the intense piano tone will make the viewer become absorbed in the scene, while building the
But
scene
wait,
even more
I can explain.
towards the climax.
You are
Dora
a pig.
confronts Dominic. The scary sound, Dora's voice, close-up shots of Dominic's face, and his jerky reaction to the camera makes the film reach its climax. We don't know what happened between Dominic and Dora on that night, but we can imagine it wasn't pretty. The next morning begins with anticipation, evil music, and Dora handling poison to murder Dominic.
Dominic, your tea's ready.
He drinks it, and his fate is sealed.
Thanks.
But an intruder breaks in, and the first person he encounters is Dora. This is one of the most
Dominic,
important
I'm gonna go
scenes
check
in
them
the
out.
movie because Dominic defends Dora at all cost. I used a lot of slow motion shots to let the emotions settle within the audience. The punch that knocks Dora down was fun to shoot because I was the one getting punched and throwing myself to the ground as I was shooting spirited in the scene. The fight scene was difficult to shoot because both actors are former pro fighters, and fighting is very different from doing stunts, trust me. Dominic was murdered by her. She couldn't live with it, so she decided to take her own life. 2 great shots of this project that enhance the film as a whole for the audience were first, the shot when Dominic kills the intruder and the poison starts affecting Dominic's vision. You can see Dominic's POV as the shot blurs in and out of focus, depicting what Dominic is feeling. And the other shot was when Dora starts to fall after ingesting the poison herself.
I'm so sorry.
I used a camera movement that gave a similar feeling to a Dutch camera angle, but the camera kept turning to give the audience the experience desired as a director. I have to tell you something. I am the biggest sound effects fanatic of all the cinematographers in history. It is almost never too much. Trust me. Give me the sounds and I'll make it work in post-production. And the more, the better. I wanted to portray how Dora's feeling of loath towards Dominic turned into murder. After Dora seeing that regardless what had happened, Dominic was willing to risk his life to save her, she felt terribly remorseful for what she had done. My name is Moises Hernandez, and From Loath to Love was a very fun project for me as a director and the whole cast. We will definitely work together in future projects.